Jessica.
And I'm GeorgeAnne. And we are
Two Sticks and String Podcast.
Yay! As you might notice, our name has changed again, but I think we got it. It was a matter of, I started off as being StitchingPlaza, and Jessica started off with being ArmyWifeKnitWife. And it just made more sense, instead of having that big mouthful, that we came together with a unified name. But I promise this is it. We're not changing.
No more changes.
So we want to welcome all our new viewers. If you like us,
returning,
and those returning, we hope that you'll take a second, and if you like what you see, you'll hit the subscribe button right below us, somewhere down here. And then also you might want to hit the alarm button so you'll know when we do new podcasts. But we think we're going to be a bi-weekly, that's twice a month, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Bi-weekly podcast coming out on Thursdays here in the States, which is really your Friday in Germany.
Yes.
So that tells you a little bit about us. We are coming from you from San Diego, California, and
Coburg, Germany, and Bavaria. And go ahead.
And you can find us. You can find me on Ravelry as StitchingPlaza. My Instagram is also StitchingPlaza. Facebook is StitchingPlaza, and I have an Etsy store, which is www.stitchingplaza.com. I sense a theme.
No way.
Yeah.
And then you can find me on Ravelry as ArmyWifeKnitWife and on Instagram as ArmyWifeKnittingLife. Now we have an awesome Ravelry group, y'all. It's a little quiet right now, but I promise we're going to have some fun things going on pretty soon. So be sure and join our group. And I'm about to tell you some of these awesome things that we have going on. First off, we have prize winners from the Celebrate Someone candle giveaway. And the winners have been notified, but just so you know, they are Angelic Embers and Merlin Magic 21. We have our travel along going on, which is go somewhere, take your knitting, take a picture, post it in the group. And that goes from April 15th to June 15th because we want to see where you guys are.
Even if it's just taking the kids to the park, right? Or
Yes, we want to see you out, about, and knitting. And if that means you're going down the street or across the world, we want to see you. And then the next big thing we have going on is the Big Box-Along Cow, which runs some things that I'm going to enter for sure.
But we can't win, but it's a good motivation for us.
Exactly. And then also, as most podcasters are doing right now, Stash Dash starts on the 25th of May, and that runs through the 27th of August. So that's going to affect our podcast a little bit this week, just so you know.
Do you know what the hashtag for Stash Dash is?
I don't, but we can put it down below.
Okay.
And then they can follow. And then the last big thing for our Ravelry group happening is we have a giveaway. How exciting is that, guys? This gorgeous skein of yarn right here is by Southern Skies Yarn in the Cosmic Rainbow colorway. And in order for you to win, all you have to do is join the Ravelry group. And so if you're a guest in there and post, we can't give it to you. You have to join. It takes 2 seconds. But the prompt is, tell us about your very first project. Be it frogged, be it in a hidden bin somewhere where no one can see, because I know that's where mine is. We just want to hear about it. What was your experience?
What was your first project?
My first project was I wanted to crochet a blanket for my husband because he was going to Korea. And I knew it was going to be very cold when he got there, and he's cold-blooded anyway. And so I tried to make this blanket, but my mother didn't know how to make one. And so she's like, why don't you just make a bunch of scarves and then we can join them together in the end.
How'd that work out?
I'm a left-handed person. She's not. And so her trying to teach me and us trying to make it work was very bad. And my scarves ended up very misshapen. And so they would start out this wide and about this wide. Most of them ended up in the trash, but I did save one strip that looked semi-decent as a reminder of what I've done.
So your first project was crochet.
Yes, it was crochet. I didn't start knitting until about 2 years ago, but I've been crocheting for about 5. What's your first project, GeorgeAnne?
My very first project, I think I was about maybe 10 years old, and I decided to knit my father a scarf. So we're talking 1975.
Ooh.
Okay. And my dad was very dapper. He was a car salesman. So we're talking suits to work every day, caramel London fog jackets. And I knitted a misshapen scarf, often looking like that with holes in it, out of Mexicana red heart. So I had all the colors of the rainbow for him. And again, very dapper gentleman wearing this scarf. And I think he wore that scarf every day that winter.
That is love.
I was the spoiled baby of the family.
Babies for the win. Tell me, what's in your project bags right now, GeorgeAnne?
All my project bags? I have quite a few. I have been working on my, let's see if I can say this right, Drachenfell. Did I say it?
You did!
And I'm using, so this has just been late night knitting, and this is where I was last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using, what am I using? Oh, Joy yarn, which is loops and thread in a DK weight. And I'm making this for a Christmas present to a new mom. And I'm very sad because I'm really loving it and I want one of my own. But it's a Melanie Berg pattern and I love her stuff. But the Joy feels, it's not that plasticky acrylic, and I think I said this before. But I'm thinking she's got a 1-year-old, and if he does temper, and it's nice because she's blonde, and her favorite color is purple. So the next row will be purple, the next colors. So that's one of my projects.
Okay.
I've also got, and that's going to go into Stash Dash. It's going to be one of my projects for Stash Dash.
Okay.
So, and then after I've been working on, of course, my sister shawl by, my sister shawl by Cozy Up Designs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we started this in January?
January, because that's when the MCAL released.
And I have decided to change up this lace pattern with a ripple almost, just because I want to change, I want to have it similar but different. So we'll see how that works. And this will go into Stash Dash and come back out. So that'll be a lot of yardage, right?
Yes. Well, meterage, because Stash Dash runs in meters, y'all. That's important.
I didn't learn my meter, so y'all need your help.
I just plug it in on Ravelry.
There you go.
Okay. One of my first projects that I have going on. Well, I've never seen this before because it was too big to take with me when we were gone. And I'm determined to finish it up. But it is this blanket here. And it is the Catch Some Waves pattern by Yarnspirations. So it's a free pattern, and I'm doing it with a Karen Bake Cake in the pepper cream colorway. And that apple stitch marker right there is where I started last week. Well, a few days ago when I got home from bee spotting. So I have been putting in some serious progress for a blanket. That's a lot of work.
That is amazing. How long does it take for you to do a single row?
It takes, I can watch an episode of Friends and get most of a row done. So about 20, 25 minutes.
Wow. That's going to be beautiful.
That's what it looks like in the cake.
And are you only going to use 3 balls or 2 balls?
This is my third that I just joined in, and it's over 45 inches so far. So there's a lot of yardage on this.
That's amazing. Is that for me?
No, this is for one of my best friends. His name is Cody, and he needs a little extra love in his life right now. So I am sending him a big hug all the way from here since I can't be there in person. And so that's going to him. I call him Hoosby.
I always wondered what his real name was.
His name is Cody.
And should I ask why you call him that?
I call him Hoosby because when Eric was in Korea, Cody and I would go out to dinner and see movies and go shopping and do all the coupley things together. But he is gay, so there is like no worry of a threat. Eric was completely comfortable with the idea, but it just, we joked that we were going on all of these dates together. So he became my second husband, or Hoosby.
Okay.
So it's fun. What are more of your projects? Because I only have 2 others.
It's funny. You're the one that has all the knitting time, and I got the sewing time, and somehow I've got more.
Yeah, that's true. But I also finished things.
Oh, hush. I didn't. You remember my sock I was working on last time we podcast?
The one that you said you were going to rip out that hurt my heart? Yes.
Yes. Well, I did it off screen, so it didn't hurt too much, didn't I? No.
I still saw it.
You still saw it. Well, I redid it, but with a green toe and a green heel.
It's pretty.
And it haunted my soul.
It did. It took your mojo.
It did. I must have ripped out this heel at least 3 times, maybe 4. But it's a fish lip kiss heel. There's another pattern out there that takes its inspiration from FLK, and I think it's called like Kiss the Partridge. And so I bought that the other time, and I think I'm gonna, once I finish this sock, I'm gonna do it on my next pair. I want to see how it works out, because it's only been in my queue forever. So I'm using opal still, and there it is, all wound up, because it was mad at me. It was mad at me. But this is the old opal. I really like it because it's got the like waves in it. I'm noticing on all the new opals, they're just lines.
It's just, yeah.
So it's kind of disappointing. And so these are both projects that were ripped out.
Yes.
So this one was from last time. And then I started this. We went and saw, what were we doing? Oh, we saw Deadpool this past weekend. Deadpool 2. And it was fun.
Who was in Deadpool 2?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Okay. There's a story about my husband and the song If I Could Turn Back Time, because he's in the video with Cher. Really, he really, really is. He is, as when Cher walks out, she's the first sailor that passes him. So there's a scene at the end where If I Could Turn Back Time plays, and our son was sitting there going, if we could turn back time. So everybody that's watching, I hope you go to YouTube and look up Cher, If I Could Turn Back Time, and you will see my husband from 1989 with a really cheesy mustache of the 80s.
You won't regret it.
Oh, it's hysterical.
Lovely.
So this yarn used to be a Rena shawl.
Yes.
Which I think I wore to Vegas, but I never wore again. Just because I didn't like how it laid, it was too small. So I ripped it out, and I'm working on these.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
It's like working off a sock blank because I've got all the crinkles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the crinkles. I don't know if I'll ever knit from a sock blank. But
it blocks out.
I don't block my socks.
You don't put them on a sock blocker?
Yeah, kind of, sort of, maybe.
You let it sit there for a week and it'll smooth out.
I'm not patient. But it's a Knit Picks Stroll in fuchsia, I think it is. I miss their bright colors. They had some great bright colors.
Bright colors that aren't highlighter colors.
Yeah. Although I could be using some of those soon.
I have them waiting. They're just so bright.
Yeah, so this is my standard toe-up sock with, I actually did a Turkish toe cast on this time. And, sorry, I thought I dropped a stitch. Cast on 24, increase, go to 30, so 64. And then I'm going to try my new heel in it. And that I will do, and these are going to be shorties because I don't know how much yardage I have. So I think this will be a good experiment for me. Because I've discovered, with the weather here lately, I like my wool socks. I've never worn wool socks during the summer, but if my ankle's covered, I'm not sweaty hot, but if it's above the ankle, so I want to give it a shot. Maybe there's going to be some shorties in my future.
Fun stuff. Think of all the socks you'll finish if you only have to do this much on a leg.
Does that mean I get to take over my husband's sock drawer?
Of course.
Yes, love it. So what are on your needles? What else is on your needles?
I have this lovely bag here. And it houses
I like that bag.
I had my awesome mom make it for me.
She's amazing.
I agree. All right, this is my Jody shawl. We're slowly coming out.
I love those colors, Jessica.
I do too. I swear, guys, if there's ever like a yarn dyer that you love her work and she ever offers a mystery kit, go for it. Because that's what I did.
That is so pretty.
And I can't complain.
That's where I was
this week.
I just realized that's from tip up.
Yes, it is a top-down shawl. So I'm near the bottom.
That is cute. I really like those colors. Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I was last week.
Now, is that going to be triangle or is it?
It's more of the Jody is a crescent-shaped shawl.
Okay. I like crescents.
I do too. I like crescents and I like asymmetrical triangles. They're my color shawl shapes of choice. And then this is what I have left from the first two colors in this shawl.
I see a cozy memory stripe out of that one for you. And I see that coming to me.
This?
No, the other one.
This, it might be enough to get like 4 squares. This was some serious yarn chicken.
Well, I'm working on a cozy memory blanket, right? Actually, I'm working on 2 because there's one there. And then there's one over here, too.
I, too, am working on one, but it's a corner-to-corner style instead of squares.
Are those heavier? Well, yeah, because you're crocheting it, right?
I am, but it's all also done in fingering weight. So even though it's still super light, but it gives a wonderful warmth, even though it is so light. What else is in your project bag?
More stuff. I am 30 rows. Nope, I'm 20 rows from finishing my Michigan Avenue wrap.
Yay! can't believe you're giving it away.
These are all Christmas presents. This is the first year I'm really going to have Christmases.
So beautiful.
It's warm.
It's my colors.
I know.
That's why I'm getting one in the exact same colors for me being sent by her. Not the shawl.
No, not the shawl. I'm your mule. But yeah, it's cozy. And again, I think this will go well as Christmas. I've got most of my Christmas list made. I have 4 people that I'm not sure what to do for. I've got a married couple that John, well, he kind of works with them. He's our government advocate for the disabled vets, and his wife, and she's a knitter. So of course the game's up there. Got to do something really good. But he's in a wheelchair, so I don't think socks would be appropriate. I don't think knits would be appropriate, especially in San Diego. So I'm trying to think of something there. So if you or anybody else has any ideas, that would be great. And then his wife, again, she's a knitter, and they have a really cute little puppy who we puppy sit for. And then I have another couple. They just got married, and it's, again, one of the guys is in a wheelchair, and I don't know what to make them. So I'm kind of stuck. I want to give them something. But see, the thing is, both of them travel for when we have conventions. And I'm just going to keep this on because it's nice and cozy. So if you come up with any ideas, let me know. Anybody. And then I finally did it. That's like a pet peeve if you say casted on. In about 10 years ago, this was all the rage of a sweater. But I cast on my February lady sweater.
But you are calling it
The Great Lady. And it's a free pattern on Ravelry. And I'm using, it's an alpaca, what is it? It's an alpaca acrylic blend from Lion Brand, Touch of Alpaca. And it was on clearance, so buying 5 skeins of this was economical for me. But yeah.
That would be perfect for our big box along.
Yes. In fact, a lot of them are. I'm trying to steer myself not away from the indie dyers, but trying to see what else is out there commercially, not just like Joann's or Michael's, but a commercially Malabrigo, Knit Picks, you know me.
I do.
Okay, this one might have to be remade too.
I told you, if you keep that one, then we can be twinsies.
But then it doesn't work the Christmas stuff. And I know me, it'll be December 15th and I'll be going, I have no presents.
That's when you give them a gift card. I have done that before.
So impersonal. So
and then I take a picture of their knit and I say, this is what I am currently making for you. And I'm just giving it a little extra love before I give it to you.
And then you kind of hope they forget about it?
Some of them, yes. My last shawl, well, my last work in progress. It's my Drachenfels by Melanie Berg. And I am in love. This has been getting a little bit of my attention. If I wasn't working on my blanket, I was working on this.
I love that color. Is that a steel, almost like a steel blue?
It is peacock. There we go. I had to stretch it out. That progress keeper is where I was last time. So I've added a bit of work and I am just about ready to start the stripes.
That is so pretty. I'm there.
Yes, you are. You're where my progress keeper is.
Yeah.
Where my pineapple is.
That's so cute. I like the fact. It's a fun, mindless knit. And I love, even though it's a paid pattern, I don't want to give too much away, but I love how the increase side, it creates that little, it's just a little bit more detail. I really like that.
I do too. And I love the scales. Dragon scales are awesome. They're so cute.
I don't see dragon scales. Maybe I'm
That's
just
what
old.
they're inspired by.
Still don't see it. I'm just old.
Gosh, you just don't have imagination anymore, Mom.
I know. It happens with age.
Put this back in my bag. But yes, this is all done in Knit Picks Brava Sport.
For the big box along?
Yes, this is their peacock colorway. And then this is their silver colorway. And pretty soon I will be adding in the fairy tale colorway, which is a beautiful burgundy, pink, fuchsia-y type.
That's pretty. Those are your colors.
They really are.
They definitely are. Didn't you do your sister shawl in similar colors to that?
I did. I can actually show you.
Did you block?
No.
Not there yet?
Not there yet. There's not been a block party yet. So I have teal, silver, and purple.
Is it purple or maroon or burgundy?
It's called Smoked Plum. All of this yarn is by Midknit Cravings, by the way.
Okay.
So it is Smoked Plum. It's sort of a grayish purple. These are really my colors. Anything gray automatically is my friend.
I'm going to make you stop doing that. You need to come into the light and the crazy.
It goes with everything. It's hard because when you're an army wife, you need to make sure that if you're going to wear something, it looks nice and it'll go with everything. So if you're packing and you have 4 events to go to, you might want your shawl to match everything. And gray goes with everything except brown.
I don't know. I've seen some guys pull off the black and brown in their suits, and I kind of like it. I will tell you, I don't like this new trend with the men wearing such tight jeans or tight pants. And when they sit down, no, I don't mind them standing there. It's when they sit down and their pants come up to their kneecaps.
I know who you are talking about.
Yes, you do. We're talking about Cole Sprouse. From Riverdale.
Zach and Cody and our more recent love, Riverdale.
Hiatus. What will you wake up for?
It was so lovely. It was so sweet. He woke up for his woman. That sounds really caveman and Neanderthal-like. He woke up for Betty.
Again, I still have memories of the comic books that I would pay 12 cents for. Oh my God, I am so old. But my dad used to give, my very dapper dad would let me go walk when I was maybe 8 years old from his work to the corner drugstore with $1 so I could buy an ice cream and 3 comic books. Okay.
That's a powerful dollar.
It was. It was more fun when we went to the penny candy store.
Oh gosh.
Big bag. And this is why I am. No, there's other reasons why I'm like that.
Yeah.
So did you finish anything this week? I
did, and normally I wouldn't have because Stash Dash starts in.
And that's where all mine are.
This Stash Dash will probably be starting tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, by the time this goes up, Stash Dash will have started.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's Wednesday for you right now. It's Tuesday night.
So, yeah, but it posts on Thursday in the US for the episode. Friday for me. So it'll be tomorrow for you guys. Stash Dash starts. However, I had things that needed to be done because they're on a time frame. The first of which is my Zoolander socks, which I call the blue steel socks on my Ravelry page. These are for the Desert Vista Dye Works. monthly sock cow. So this is my 5th pair, and they had to be done by the end of May. And I don't like leaving them till the last minute. So they got done. And these are my Alex's Workshop Design sock blockers.
I like those.
I love them. These are my Hamilton ones, I call them.
I wonder if it's the star base because of that.
I don't know. I mean, it is possible. So I have to put these back on now that I showed you. All right.
I like those colors.
I do too. They really don't show as bright as they are on the screen, but they're bright, believe me. And then my next pair is what we call the hardware socks, because the yarn was purchased in a hardware store here. Store is called Knorr, Knorr. It is not the seasoning or the company that does dips and stocks for your kitchen.
Did you go into the hardware store for something other than sock yarn, or did you just have to wander in there?
We did. I went with my friend Lisette a few months ago when we first got here because we were on a buying binge for yarn because we'd found out that there's a store here. It's called Norma's. It's very similar to Aldi's. And of course we have Aldi's here too, but this is the same premise, and a lot of grocery stores are like that here. And they had these enormous balls of yarn for €5 or $6 for the States. And so we were going to all of these different Normas and grabbing all the colors we could because it's a lot of yarn on that ball. And we were just driving around, and she says, 1 second, I need to go get something at Knorr for her house. She needed to get a new light bulb, I think, and she needed to get a screw. And we were just walking around, and we found Grundle hot socks. So these are my hardware socks. Also an Alex Workshop Design sock blocker.
I like the hearts.
I have 2 more pairs of blockers coming from this place. I'm very excited.
I live vicariously through you. You know that.
I know.
I never, ever was this bad with not being monogamous on my knitting.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But monogamy is for non-knitters.
Well, we won't discuss that. We know
projects.
Things. Okay, we know things.
Projects. Okay, but other than that, dash hiatus on everything. I could have very easily finished my Jody this week. I could have gotten very close to finishing my Drachenfels, but I wanted to get a little closer on other things, and I purposely chose to not finish the big meterage items.
I don't, looking at 6 projects, I'm hoping I get things done, but I'm going to steal something from Melissa of Honeybee Knits. Probably tomorrow when I'm more awake, I'm going to find a jar in the house and put all my stash projects in it, their little names, and then I will pull one, and then that one will be, that and a sock will be the 2 things I work on until I finish one. I think that's the smartest thing to do. Otherwise, I'm going to be like, I'll do all the socks and I won't do anything else. I really like her idea.
Thursday jar inspiration, yes.
I don't have any jars. I might actually have to go buy something.
Oh, how horrible. I
know, right? I got permission tonight to go buy a spice rack for my kitchen because I've been cooking so much at home lately because we're doing the whole 30. And this kitchen is amazing and I love it, except it was designed for somebody not 5'2", but more of a 6 foot. So I'm constantly like, John. He's watching TV. John.
Dad.
But yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to just head down and look at thrift stores. Plus we're losing, we have Goodwill, Salvation Army, and another one all within walking distance down here. And we're losing 2 of them because of development. They're going to make them into apartment complexes.
Sad.
So I could probably pick up a good deal.
Probably could. And that would be great for acquisitions next week.
My spice rack?
Yes. And your jar.
But you never know, I might find yarn.
But first, go over your acquisitions for this week.
Oh, this is embarrassing. I never, ever buy this much yarn. Never. This is your fault.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, I found this on, what is that called? Instagram. And Fiber Nymph Dye Works was having a pre-sale with 15% off.
Yes.
So this is pool noodles. I don't know, can you see that? Look how neon.
I love it.
That won't go with my neon toes, so I have to, I think this one will actually just be plain this, because, you know, I like to do heels, toes, and cuffs.
Why don't you go for like a more muted color? Or like a black or a cream, right?
Well, black would have been a really cool idea, except I continued with the theme of self-striping.
Okay, I will own up. This is my fault.
Yeah, this one's your fault. And so I think this one, I got a skein of bright green from Bad Wolf Studios. So this might work, but it's solid black. So this one's your fault, and this one's, I think this is one of her retired colorways. It's 75-25 Peter Max. And I like this because when John and I were on our honeymoon, we were on a cruise ship, and they had a Peter Max exhibit. So, you gonna make me show all mine first, or do you want to cut in here?
I can cut in.
Okay, good, because again, this is all your fault.
Okay, I have 2 skeins from our dear Melissa from Honeybee Knits.
So love that.
These were special limited edition colorways because her friend Jessica was diagnosed with esophageal cancer. And unfortunately, she lost her battle. And so Melissa wanted to do what she could to help the family. So all of the profits from these yarns got donated to Jessica's family. And these came with a few extra little goodies. Like there was a progress keeper. And there was also a super cute little pod. Let me see if it's in my easy accessible part of my box. Should be.
Whatever could you be talking about?
I have a pod from the lovely StitchingPlaza. And the yarn also came with a code so that you could get the Stand Up to Cancer Socks pattern.
That is so cool.
So this is a very special colorway. I'd originally ordered 2 because I wanted to give one to GeorgeAnne, but she decided to participate, which is an amazing thing. And she whipped up these pods for every single person.
I was so honored to be a part of that with Melissa. You know, having been there, done that, I can only, it's what I love about this knitting community, this fiber community. We come together and, you know, people think, oh, it's just knitting, oh, it's just crocheting, but we do so much more, and it's so nice. So, like, when I contacted Melissa after you showed me what she was doing, I was like, I want to do something. What can I do? So Melissa and I think we've become very, you know, become close talking, and we have a really cool collaboration coming out in the next couple of weeks. I'm waiting to see her color works, but the fabric has been ordered, and I will be doing a bag with her. So yay!
Yay!
And no, we're just gonna sell it on her Etsy, just because she has such an amazing following. So I know where to go. I got this.
What else you end up needing your yarn skein that I got for you because you're getting your own. I also have, this technically isn't stash, but it's cute.
It's adorable.
The jellyfish bag from Bags by Awesome Granny.
That's what I would say is awesome. See how I worked that in?
Oh, that was good.
Thank you.
Do you want to show some of yours? Because I still think that even though you were bad this week, I think I still have more than you.
You think? Just a little. Well, seeing how we're going to throw some more blame at you.
Again, Desert Vista, my fault.
Again, I think this was one of her retirees. It is, again, the 7525 Strawberry Shortcake. So I see a lot of really cool self-striping socks in my future. And I say that because I went stash diving on Ravelry and found this. Oh, right, I just opened up the list, the whatchamacallit, the label. I like keeping my labels on. Look at that. Again, totally neon.
So beautiful.
Totally neon. I love that. That is by Kirby Werby. And they also have a Etsy store. Yeah, Kirby Werby Yarns at .etsy.com. I just discovered on Ravelry how to stash dive.
Oh, it's dangerous.
And it's very dangerous because they're, as much as you want to support the indie dyers, when people are cleaning out their stashes, they're very generous. So.
I will also take blame for the self-striping kick that you are now in.
Oh, but okay. I was going to take blame for this one.
You can take blame for that. It's just the self-striping craze. I can't wait to get mine.
It's part of her Disney collection. This is by Mousse In You, Jamie, and she is a stateside dyer, and she has a lot of her yarns are in stock, which I noticed a lot of the self-striping dyers are dyed to order with a 4 to 6 wait period, and I don't like turnaround. I want it now. Not that I'll knit with it now. But yeah, she has beautiful, beautiful yarns, and she only had a few. What did she have? Like 2 or 3 sales before us?
Yeah, she didn't have very many.
Yeah, but her customer service was so fast. I had a question on the listing, and I emailed her through Etsy, not expecting anything right away because I know when people contact me, if it's after hours, I try not to answer because it's family time. She right away fixed the problem, contacted me, let me know, and you get a little stitch marker with it, little progress keeper. A little
Cute.
So yeah, if you need that quick fulfillment like I do, I definitely say check her out. And this is on her squish sock, which is 85.15.
I can't wait to get mine.
I know, you are so lucky. I'm such an enabler too.
Totally. She's horrible at this. She'll say, yes, Jessica, yes.
You need
that yarn.
I love how the needles are like poking up towards my chin, so I keep pushing it down. But I had all the windows open, so it's chilly down here tonight.
Speaking of ready to ship, that's why the large amount of yarn you're about to see, it's because it was ready to ship. Because everything else I have for stash enhancement is Nomadic Yarns. Now, Nomadic Yarns is a lovely dyer. She's known for her gobstopper balls. And it takes between 4 to 8 weeks for you to get your yarn. And I think it's normally like 4 to 6, but then you have to add an extra 2 weeks for it to get to me because it has to go through customs. And so when I look at her yarn, typically I say, okay, I love this. It's dyed to order. Am I willing to wait for it? And if the answer is no, I tend to not get it because then I don't really need it that badly. If it's a yes, I need to have it and I'm willing to wait, I order it right away. Well, she had one of her very rare ready to ship updates while I was in Wiesbaden. And I might have bought colors that I would have never purchased.
I'm still envious.
Am I going to be doing this all, or are we going to have a breakup?
I've got more over here.
Okay. All right. Then I'll just grab this and call it good. All right. So first off, I have boyfriend material. This is in the trusty sock base, which is a 75-25 superwash merino and nylon.
John would so love those.
I love this. This is, oh, these are my colors.
Very Slytherin of you.
No. Just wait.
What?
You'll see something in the next section of stash enhancement after our little commercial break for your yarn. And it'll just make you cry. This is Starlight in the twisty sock. It's an 80-20 superwash merino nylon.
So she shipped, even though they shipped as skeins, not gobstoppers?
Yes, because when she does ready to ship updates, they all come as skeins because otherwise she winds them by hand when she does dye to order if you choose to have it that way, which is an extra fee, but they're cute that way and they're fun to store. This is Knit Night in the trusty sock. And this one, I had to take a look at the listing. It looks completely different in gobstopper form than it does in skein form. Because when I first saw this, I was like, did she send me a Gryffindor skein? She didn't. This is the correct Knit Night skein. But I was just like, oh, Gryffindor colors.
Be nice.
You know how I feel about Gryffindors.
We love some Gryffindors. They're okay.
We do love some. But as a Slytherin, I have a low tolerance.
Hufflepuffs are loyal.
And extraordinarily good finders.
Yes. We find good bargains.
Yes. And I'm resourceful.
Mm-hmm. And cunning.
This is throwback.
Still looks like my mom's kitchen.
Maybe that's why it is a throwback.
There you go.
This is called Succulents. All greens and purples. There's a Merlot in there. It's really pretty. It's subtle for me.
It is.
Because most of my shawl knitting might be like subtle colors.
But your socks?
Sock knitting is not.
See, that one I could definitely see on me. Those are my colors.
They are. It's all purples and deliciousness. And then this is Fun in the Sun in Trusty Sock.
That reminds me, I don't know why, but of the cabanas in Cuba. Not that I've never ever been to Cuba, but they remind me of cabanas in Cuba.
All right, it's time for commercial break from Jessie Yarn.
Your credit card needed to take a break.
It needed a small nap.
Well, when I went and picked up my credit card at Yarning for You after I forgot it there, when I bought your yarn,
Pinata Candy Skein yarn.
Your candy skein pinata. Of course, first of all, she was having a class at Yarning for You in San Marcos. Oh my gosh, the store is filled with indie dyers. So,
Beautiful.
not that any, I recommend probably, if you're in the San Diego area, definitely give her a shout, look in there, and she's in North County. And if you're in San Diego proper, come down to Apricot Yarns, which has my bags right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw this, and I don't know if it was because it was what you got from Melissa, but look at this purpleness.
You just love purple in general.
Well, it wasn't just the purple. Check out the name.
It's Twisty Owl and it's
Darkwing Duck.
Oh, I loved Darkwing Duck.
Michael and I have been watching on Friday nights when John drives Darkwing Duck, and what's the other one?
Now you gotta watch Gargoyles.
I liked Gargoyles. What was the other one? It's with the Huey, Louie, and Dewey.
That's DuckTales. Woo!
DuckTales is what we watch.
Are you watching the original DuckTales or the reboot with David Tennant as
We're watching David Tennant. Michael will constantly tell me he likes DuckTales. What should I call it? Yeah, DuckTales.
Duck. Yeah.
No, Duck. He likes the original DuckTales. And when we were watching it the other night, I'm like, is that David Tennant? He's like, yes, Mom. So now we have to watch because David Tennant is my doctor.
He's Scrooge McDuck.
But I got Darkwing.
It's
And
so pretty.
then I picked this up. Corinne is one of our fellow VKNers, virtual knit nighters, and she had a shop update. Well, she had a shop sale going on, and this is definitely TARDIS blue.
Look at that sparkle.
Isn't that gorgeous? I don't do sparkle, but this is just subtle enough, and I need more solid tonals when I'm going to do shawls, because you are making me a shawl knitter. I was okay with cowls. I was okay with socks. Socks were my jam. Now cowls. But now you've got me into shawls.
I will take the blame.
You are such a good inspiration. What else, Jessica? How much more do we have? Like, I'm looking over the screen trying to see what else you got.
You're not going to be able to see more. I can't tilt my computer screen. It's not a laptop or an iPad. It's my desktop. Okay. I should have done extra ones of these before.
Extra ones?
The first go round.
Oh.
I have Molly Weasley.
That one I love. I've been wanting to grab that, and I think I had that in my cart, and then somebody stole it.
It might have been me, not gonna lie. This is in the Spark sock, so you wouldn't have bought it in Sparkle.
No, see, I would have done it in a shop, but it's okay. I'm going to break down and buy it. I will.
We have Interstellar.
Pretty.
This one was so beautiful. I was like racing to get checked out so I could have it. This is one of my absolute favorites that I purchased from her. Modern Romance in Twisty Sock.
Love it.
Again, very subtle for me for socks.
Very subtle for you. Very subtle for you.
In Spark Sock, we have Chill in the Air. Very
Is that
dark.
black or navy?
It's black. I think these are going to be for the hubs.
Is that his first pair?
Yes. Might be his only pair. Depends on how he treats them. After the alpaca incident of Christmas in 2014, he doesn't get very many knits. And this is Urban Garden. Absolutely love this. It's
Again,
got my gray.
Subtle, very Victorian colors.
Yeah. Again, this is normally not me for socks. I am subtle in everything but my socks. We have, we're almost done, y'all, I promise. Please, not my gumdrop buttons. This is one of her Christmas colorways. It's really just called gumdrop buttons, but anytime I say that, I think of the gingerbread man in Shrek saying, please, not my gumdrop buttons. This is a return to my bright and fun, fabulous colors.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost done, I promise. We have Honeydukes.
We're getting back to your colors.
This is back to normal for me.
Yep.
Absolutely love it. Gotta love a Harry Potter reference. And then this is the one. This broke me. It's so beautiful. I'm so in love. It's totally my colors. It's Slytherin. And then I had to take a look at the name. And I said, I love this so much. And I looked at it. This is Voldemort. I love Voldemort.
He who shall not be named.
The Dark Lord.
But it's
Who says that they love the Dark Lord? I'm Slytherin, but I'm not that Slytherin. Oh, beautiful.
I like that.
And it sparkles. Foldy sparkles.
Now, when you do your self-striping, do you do different heels, toes, cuffs, or do you keep them all the same?
It depends on the yarn makeup, because if it doesn't fit well with the Knit Picks stroll that I have, which is kind of all that I have for heels, toes, and cuffs for contrasting, unless they come in sets. If it doesn't work with that, then I do just tend to keep up in the solid color. But if it's something like my Sally socks you saw that I had contrasting heel toe cuff, and with some of these I can probably get away with the Knit Picks, so I'll probably be doing more contrasting soon.
Well, it's funny because I was at the store, the couple local yarn stores here, and they had Mad Tosh and Ba in mini skeins, which was perfect, except they're all superwash. There's no superwash nylon. And if I'm going to do toes and cuffs in a mini, I definitely need that nylon. So it's like, yes, I want this. This would be great, but not going to take that chance. And again, like we were saying, Knit Picks just doesn't have. They used to have really great colors, and now when you have to, like, I can't find a good purple. So I think I'm gonna have to wind. What is it? Not my Mad Tosh, but I have a purple in superwash nylon mix that I might just have to ink up. But then I cut into my the amount of yarn I have, so.
That's true. So tell me, since we're talking about shopping, what's your shop update?
I have a shop update for bags on this Friday, the 25th? I think it's the 25th.
It's 25th.
And it's
dash start day.
Dash start day. And I have actually 8 new bags, 4 designs, 8 new bags coming into the shop. I have, let me get these organized. I have giraffes in zipper and in drawstring. And I love, John picked out the interior fabric on this one.
Oh, that is cute. Good job, Dad.
Yeah. So we have, and I'm also changing out how I'm doing the bags. I did a lot of made to orders, but I end up not always, I either will have a lot too much. I may have too much fabric, or I might not have enough. So I'm going to now do limited quantities of bags, and when they're gone, they're gone. So there will be each of these in the shop, and there'll be one more drawstring on this one. So if you like it, grab it. And then I'm doing, this one just reminded me of Cape Cod.
Oh, yes.
See, in the drawstring, and this one will have a
very beachy friendly.
Very beachy, and there are 2 drawstrings, 1 zipper. But this one I can do a made to order on this one. I love this one. Oh, wait a minute. I'm missing a bag. Oh no.
Oh no.
Found it.
You're a good finder.
I'm a Hufflepuff.
Fly away with me.
And this is, again, hot air balloons. Zippers will have the yellow interior. Drawstrings will be purple and blue. I don't know if that comes out purple. Might have too much of a glare. And I thought, when I found this fabric, I thought of Harry Potter. Actually, I thought of Lily Potter. But I just love it. And it's does with stitches.
Look at them does.
And these will all be lined with the stitches.
Look at them does. I'm getting one of those bags.
So, and there's a free shipping until June 1. And then there's also, I'm doing a fiber share, so check out their fibershare.org. I'm one of their vendors. So if you join Fibershare, definitely check out the discount that you're in. you'll be able to get on that. That'll be Friday, 25th, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and I have no clue what it's going to be for you.
It'll be also, oh goodness, you're making me think. It'll be 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. No, 3 a.m. in the morning. Sorry, my bad.
There you go. For all my German friends.
You're getting a collection of us.
I am.
As long as I'm the favorite, that's all that matters.
And like I said, I'm doing. So that's pretty much where that is with the store. This is going to have to be remade. This is.
Yeah. Yep, it does. All right. Time for our life chatter section. I hope you're ready because I have ranting.
You have ranting? Well, before you rant, can I go?
You can.
I have one of the things I've been thinking about is, like I said earlier, I couldn't find a purple. I want to find a DK weight for this. So I am actually going to dye this weekend some yarn.
Yay!
At least I'll try. Like I said, I used to dye before, but I think I want to try it again.
It'll be
now
lovely.
that the kids are older, I don't have to worry about running to 6-to-6 programs. But yeah. Mm-hmm. But other than that, John's truck's well, and we're driving, and life's good. We see too many movies. I knit a lot.
Enjoy it.
So what is your rant?
Well, first off, Hubs is about to deploy for a few weeks, so I'm about to have a bunch of knitting time on my hands. He's not going to be in shooting danger or anybody, don't worry. He's a finance man. He is safe. But
remind me to tell you a story after he comes home about finance guy.
Don't scare me like that.
No, John's home. You know that. Everything's fine.
I know. All right. Rant time. Plus size sweater quantities and pattern availability.
I get it.
I am so frustrated because I have so many sweaters I want to knit this year. So many. I made a goal when I started the year. I made a knit list, and I had 12 garments on it. And I wanted to do all 12 garments for me. However, when you are as big as I am,
you're not.
I own it. I love it. I am big and beautiful, and I am okay. And I wanted to get all of these sweater quantities, but I couldn't afford any of them in indie dyes. And no one also dyes quantities like that. It's like they don't think, I don't know, but they'll have 8 skeins of yarn and that's it for the color. Yeah. And it'll be on a mix of bases. And I'm like, I need 8 skeins, same dye lot, same base in order to make a sweater work for me.
And not $300.
And it can't be $300. I can't afford it. And so I get Knit Picks, which is also fantastic and lovely and great for big box along. But even then, I mean, they had their big value pack sale this past week. And I got Capra DK because I want to knit the Hearthstone by Isolde T. And it was like almost $200 before I used the coupon. And on top of just sweater quantities, it's hard to find designers that go up to this size. It's like knitters of size don't exist.
It's difficult because I'm at the in-between size between this part is very thin. We found that out when my sewing class, but the bust measurements are not matching to this. So I need anywhere from a 50 to a 56, depending on the ease. Mm-hmm. And not a lot of us, I'm sure there are knitters out there who can know how to adjust it. But I'm not there on a sweater. I'm going to have to I'm doing the February 80 because it's a cardigan, and okay, they said, the designer said that you can either make it bigger or smaller depending on any rows and repeats that you do. And on a cardigan, it's okay if it's not always closing.
Yeah.
But I would love to do one of the color works, but it's not gonna work.
Mm-mm. Yeah, and it's really frustrating. And so when you do find a designer that does plus size, I race to those patterns because they're fantastic. And so that's why one of my favorite pattern designers is Tin Can Knits. Because here we are ranting, but I want you guys to know that there are people that do it.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't know, I want to make sure you know about them because I appreciate them.
Can we start a thread? Let's start a thread in the Ravelry group? Size patterns for sizes, or something like that.
Yes.
And I totally get, the indie dyer. Yes, they probably get the yarn, and we were talking about this in the BKN the other night. Yes, I'm sure the yarn is not as expensive as they sell it to us when they buy it wholesale. But the amount of time to do, especially if it's a colored speckle, they dye it, they wash it, they have to let it dry and then speckle it again. Their time is definitely worth the money. But I would love to have, even if it's just a little bit of an accent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I love my body the way I am, which I'm really happy to say after all these years of about maybe, 53 years old, so about 50 years of not liking my body and accepting what I am and who I am and loving myself. But I don't want to always be steered towards the red hearts.
I want to have a sweater that's luxurious and beautiful and not scratchy yarn.
And something when you send it to the dry cleaners to get cleaned, it's not still gonna come back pilly because it's acrylic based.
Yeah. I want them to look at it and go, oh, this is so beautiful and so nice.
We need definitely.
That's what I want. But so Tin Can Knits, fantastic with patterns of size. I also really like Amy Herzog. She's done a bunch of books on how to modify a sweater and how to make them that fit. And she's great at plus sizes. And so is Joji Locatelli.
He does.
Props to those designers. They're my tops.
They're your tops, huh?
Yes, they're my tops. So that's my little rant.
I'm right there with you. So am I. But with that said, I'm going to make that cardigan. I'm so scared.
I have one on the needles. When I finish my projects that I have here, I'm going back to my So Faded. And I am going to whip that baby out in Hawthorne Knit Picks yarn. It's going to be beautiful. I'm very excited about it.
Well, I've got like So Faded. I've got yarn for my So Faded. What is it? I was going to do the So Faded wrap. Then I was going to do the So Faded cardigan, but I didn't realize that needed DK, and I've only got fingering. So now I'm probably going to have to do the faded pullover. So I'm waiting for you to have to finish it so you can walk me through it.
Well, I've already gotten up a few sections done, so I will help you up to where I'm at.
After having 6 works in progress, I'm good for right now.
Yeah. We're
good.
Yeah. All right. On that note, again, like and subscribe.
Yes.
If you love us.
It really does make a difference. The more likes we get and more subscribers we get will come up. Recommend this to your friends. Come join the Ravelry group. So, like and subscribe. Come join our contest. Don't forget the lovely yarn that we have, which is over here.
The Southern Skies Cosmic Rainbow. Tell us about your first project. But on that note, you want to give it a shot?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Do what makes your heart sing. And for us,
for us, this is so hard.
Okay, one more time. Do what makes your heart sing.
For me, that's 2 sticks and string.
For us.
Do the little thing.
Okay, here, ready? See if I can do this. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.